Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are talking about my goals. I have my MakseLife companion notebooks that I've been using for a lot of this year. But before I talk about how October goals went and setting November goals, I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between companion notebooks and a MakseLife flagship planner. So the companion notebooks are available in packs of 4 on the MakseLife website. Code Plan with Elise will give you a discount on your order. I just want to pull up the pricing because I wanted to compare these two. This was a request after I shared the MakseLife launch. There were a few questions about like the difference between these two. So I wanted to be able to go over that with you. Now, for me, the companion notebooks this year made more sense because the main difference is that there aren't weekly planning pages in these notebooks, and they're quarterly. So what I love about these is that this can just sit on my desk, like even within my planner. It doesn't take up much room. It's really compact. It's only a quarter at a time, which I really like also because I feel like I can focus on a quarter at a time. So it's $58 for 4 of these. The planners are $78. So it's a $20 difference, but in the planner, you actually get a lot more, but it depends on what your need is. So with the companion notebooks, you have the opening pages, and that's it. The opening page is just your name and like a little intro page. Then you have a monthly goals, weekly actions, weekly reflections that I don't tend to use that much, and then it continues. So you're going to have 3 months of those. Then you have a quarterly, there's also a monthly reflection. Then you have a quarterly assessment and a bunch of note pages, and then pocket in the back. So that's what the notebook includes. The planner comes with a bookmark. It has the opening page. You have year at a glance pages, and then you have all of these pages about goal setting. Now remember, this is an annual planner. The notebooks are quarterly. So with this, you have assessment scoring, intentions, tips on setting goals, annual goals, monthly goals, weekly actions, and then space for all of that. So this is something that the companion notebooks do not have. Then you do have a monthly, and then you have the monthly goals, the weekly actions, and weekly reflections. So still same as the companion notebook, but in this you have weekly planning pages. It comes in a horizontal layout and a lined vertical layout, which also has a habit tracker. And then we go back to the monthly reflections, a new month, new monthly goals, weekly actions. And after every week in this, you have a new weekly action. So the same thing that you have in here, the difference is the planning pages in between the weekly actions and the initial goal setting pages. So that's the difference between those two. If you're looking for a planner, this isn't a planner. This is, I would call it a goal setting reference system. And I say reference system because while I set my goals, and I'll show you a bit about how I use my weekly actions, I take those and I put them into my planner. Next year, once everything is all in one spot, and I'll share more about my lineup later in the year. I know we're already pretty late in the year, but I will share more. I would take those weekly actions that I set and assign them to different days in order to accomplish them. So again, it's $58 for the companion notebooks, and it is $78 for the flagship planners that come in a horizontal and vertical layouts, now with removable and reversible covers. So, that said, let's look at my October goals. I will say today is October 25th. So I'm not 100% finished, but I'm really in a good place, and I'm confident that sharing this video, I'm where I need to be able to talk about where I am. That made no sense, but you know, okay. So, cleaning schedule. I set up a cleaning schedule. These are my October goals. I set up a cleaning schedule and I've been working on it every week of figuring out what the best days are. So a good example of that is my kitchen. I like to clean my kitchen on Tuesdays because Tuesday night I take out the trash. And part of cleaning my kitchen is anything in the fridge that needs to be thrown out gets thrown out just before I take the trash out. Plus all the dirty paper towels or whatever from cleaning. I feel like that's a good time to do it. I like to clean my office on Wednesdays because I feel like on Wednesdays I'm kind of into the week already and my office gets a little crazy. But I also like to clean my office on Fridays. I also like to clean my bedroom on Fridays because I want to go into the weekend with like nice clean bedding and everything like that. So I'm still kind of figuring out the best system, but I'm working on it. Monthly goals for fun and recreation. So originally I set up, I think, these goals, but I added these later on. I haven't had the opportunity to visit my friend's baby yet. We're still trying to work it out. We do have a date set in November though. A lot of times my monthly goals that involve other people are about making plans, not always having the plan. Like at the beginning of October, I can say, I want to see all these people, but our schedules vary, right? So for me, a successful accomplishment of a goal is making a plan with someone. So I have plans with my cousins in November. I checked off plans with my friend Justine because we had a plan, but then it got canceled. So we made a new plan for November. And the way that I do that is a day or two after the plan got canceled. It got canceled because of work conflicts. I said, do we want to set another date now or do we want to regroup in a few weeks and figure it out? Sometimes I go into like making plans with people the way that I go about things at my full-time job and like communicating with clients like, hey, are we ready? Do we need to regroup? I kind of go about it that way. But it really works because I find that if something is not put on the calendar, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen. I did have plans with my friend Gina, and actually James came. It was the first time they met, so it was really fun to do that. And I decided that I wanted to make plans with my aunt and uncle before they migrate to Florida for the winter. So we have dinner plans with them in November. So I did really well. I did a really good job. I'm proud of myself this month. That's my overarching theme is how proud I am of myself this month. I knew that October was my last chance to go hard at everything I want to accomplish because I know that November and December are going to be insane. Not saying I'm not setting goals for November and December, but October was like that opportunity to be like, let's make the most of the time that I have. So that's my fun and recreation thing. There's also more things for fun and recreation that happened this month. Like I did a lot of fun things. I went pumpkin picking. More plans were made for November. I have Halloween parties this weekend. All of that. We've made plans to celebrate my mom's birthday. Like all those things have so many players involved and require a lot of planning. Work and learning. I have prepped what I need to prep for now for the Chicago Planner Conference. I planned a book launch party. We're having a party in November for family and friends to celebrate the book launch. I have not been as good about lifestyle content as I've wanted to be. The month just kind of got away from me, and that wasn't a high priority when it came to where I was spending my time. I did finish all custom spreads by October 15th, and actually, as of today, which is October 25th, I am 8 out of 10 November spreads finished, the custom spreads for November. So going into November, I only have 2 more to do, and we'll be able to start December ones, which is my goal, to be able to get ahead on these as much as I can. And then I have this video, Prep UBPR video, that stands for Ultimate Budget Planner Review video. And I did prep that because I have it coming in November. It hasn't been filmed yet, but it is coming. family and relationships. James and we were going to go on an adventure book date, which is a book that we got where like there's scratch off dates that you can go on. We didn't end up doing that because the day we planned to do it, it was like 70 something degrees out. It was crazy beautiful, which doesn't usually happen in New Jersey in October. And that day we decided to go spend time outside. We went out to happy hour, and then when the weather cooled down, we went bowling. So I think that the adventure book dates are really fun when we're like, we don't know what to do. But if the weather is beautiful and we decided we wanted to go bowling together for the first time, I think it's okay that we didn't do this. We also went hiking this month. Like we did a lot of fun activities, even though this wasn't checked off. And we booked a December vacation. I'm so excited. We are going to the Dominican Republic for, I think, 5 nights in December. And that was a big goal I had this month, was to research it with him and get that booked. So that is done. All right, let's talk about health and wellness, which has been a struggle for me for a long time. Maintain weight. I have been getting on the scale like twice a week, and I'm kind of up and down a little bit within like 2 pounds. So I think that I've maintained my weight because it's not going more than that. And I feel like there's always a fluctuation, right? Whether you weigh yourself in the morning or at the end of the day. For women, depending on where we are in the month, our weight can change. So I think that I've maintained my weight. The other thing is I have killed it with my workouts. Today is, I'm going to pull up another page to show you. I just want to bend part of it down that's private. But this is a Kell of a Plan monthly sheet. And I have been writing down my workouts every single day. This one that doesn't have a Peloton is when we went on a hike. I was like, if I'm going on a hike, I don't need to ride the Peloton. But I am at like 90 something miles for the month, and my goal is 45. I'm at 24 workouts for the month. I plan on working out after work today. And my goal was 15. So I've really made a routine in exercising again, and it makes me really happy. And what I can also see is my progress throughout the month. It was like, okay, 2 to 3 miles, busy day, 1.25 miles. And then like on a Sunday, okay, I have some more time. Let's go a little bit harder. And then I started realizing that different times of day, I'm able to work out more. So on weekdays, these are weekdays, I guess. I've learned that working out, right, because on the hike day, I was off work. I've learned that I can work out harder and longer, either on my lunch break or after work. When I work out in the morning, I don't always have as much energy. And I also get like stressed thinking about my to-do list, and I feel like I don't have enough time to work out. When I'm on my lunch break, I've decided that my lunch break is dedicated to a workout and a shower. So I have some more time there. Yesterday on my lunch break, I did 8.13 miles, which is my record, and then showered and still made it back to work in time. I work from home. So back to work means from my bathroom to my office, which are next to each other. After work is also a good time if I don't have other plans, because my to-do list is finished for the day. Typically, I get on the bike after my to-do list is done, which means that all I really have left to do in the day is whatever I want, whether it's TV or my Peloton. The other thing that I've learned is that I work out better when I don't feel like I'm working out. On the Peloton, you can take classes and you're guided by an instructor. I don't really do well with that. I want to do something I enjoy while also getting fitness in. So I've been watching a TV show on Netflix because the Peloton now has entertainment. And I've been watching Grace and Frankie. And when I can, I watch a full episode, which is like 25 minutes. I get a really good workout in and I'm entertained. So that's where we're at with health and fitness. Or health and wellness. I know that was a long explanation, but I wanted to kind of share with you where I am at. I did read 5 books so far this month. I haven't read anything this week, so we might be done at 5, but I did read 5. And then financial focuses. So originally I was going to do January through June QuickBooks. I added 3 more because I ended up finishing through September. I felt like this was backtracking all of my plan with Elise spending. I spent probably a week on it, a little bit of time each day. And once I got through June, I was like, I may as well just do July, August, and September. Because now what I can do is at the end of October, track my October spending. At the end of November, like do it on a monthly basis so it doesn't become this whole project. I have stuck to my 1 day a week spending on Amazon. I have stuck to no spend on clothing, and I mapped out my Q4 savings goals. Physical environment, my home. The funniest one for me is the light switch plates, you know, like light switch plate covers. I took them off when I bought my house in June of 2023 to paint, and they have not been put back on yet. And I finally did it. I did it on Tuesday, so the 23rd. And it took 15 minutes. And it was one of those things that like has been bothering me for over a year, but only bothered me when I went to go into my closet and saw the light switch plate cover and was like, now that's non-existent because it's just there and it's normal. And I think sometimes they're like those little things that bug us because they carry space in our brain. Without that empty light switch plate area, now I just go to my closet and I open my closet and I find something to wear. Versus before, I would go to my closet, I would be annoyed about the light switch thing and then think, when am I going to do this? Why haven't I done this yet? Blah, blah, and beat myself up. All I had to do was spend 15 minutes. So my challenge for you while you're watching this video is think of one little thing that is maybe taking up more space in your energy and your time than you realize, that if you just do it, it'll be better. Like I remember a few years ago, it was daylight saving ending or starting. I don't remember what it was. And a friend said to me, she got into her car after the change and was like, oh, my car didn't change. Ugh, you know, I'm probably not going to do that for a while. I'm just going to be annoyed every time I start my car and I see it. And I was like, just do it. Because then you're not going to be annoyed every time you start your car. Just do the thing. I'm guilty of it too, but kind of a good example there. So anyway, the light switch plates are done. I got a new dining room table and I'm so excited about it. It seats 6. It's like a grown-up table, and now I'm really excited about using my dining room. I did organize my second floor closet. The office reset is a work in progress. It's not finished. And the door replacements are also not finished. I know that they're not going to get finished by the end of the month. Probably the first weekend of November, if I had to guess, is when this will get done. There's only 1 more to do. 2 are done. 1 more needs to be done. Office reset is in progress. Let me talk to you about my weekly actions. So what I do is these weekly actions, by the way, are Patreon exclusive videos every Monday morning. I share these as a Patreon exclusive. But I take my monthly goals and I'm like, okay, what from this list do I want to accomplish this week? So for the first week, it was setting and sticking to a cleaning schedule, weighing myself. I was like, let me do 3 workouts, because at that point in the month, I was still on the plan of 15 workouts. I wanted to see Gina and Justine, so texting them a couple, like just little things here. You could see I did January, February, and March QuickBooks. So little things. And each week, as the week went on, more and more was getting done to ultimately achieve the October goals that I achieved. And other things came up too, right? Like, what would be a good example of something else? Okay, so Thanksgiving. I found out what my family is doing for Thanksgiving and needed to coordinate with James's family because we want to be able to do both. I had a conflict with plans on 11/16 and had to figure that out. Like sometimes it's just those little things where the weekly actions really are broken down, or even the monthly actions are broken down into weekly actions, which are then broken down into daily actions. And that's where my planner comes into play. Okay. I still have 1 more week, right? Because, well, Monday is the 28th. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 days, but these weekly actions will kind of be like partially October goals and partially November goals, which is why I wanted to film this video before I set up this week, because I wanted to know which goals I needed to pull from for November. So I feel like I talk through these reflections. I think that if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I wasn't sharing it all with you, I would use this more, but right now I'm kind of just talking through it. So I think that my biggest wins this month were my exercise routine. Things that are currently working in my life is my exercise routine and focusing on my home. Things that are not working in my life is just time. It's always a matter of time. I feel like I'm really good at time management, and I still feel like I don't have enough time to do everything that I want to do, and that's hard. What I learned this month is that I am capable of getting better at working out. I just had to stick to it. What improvements or adjustments do I need to make going into next month? I need to be mindful of November because I have plans every single weekend of November, which means that a lot of times the only time I have to get things done are on weekdays, and that's tough when working full time. What am I most grateful for right now? I'm most grateful for my health, for a good relationship, and for all the support that I'm seeing with the upcoming launch of my book. Habits I want to nurture next month, skincare and workouts. Area I want to focus on next month is my home, because I'm kind of in nesting mode where like winter is coming and I want my home to be a really relaxing place. And my overall satisfaction for this month, when it comes to my goals, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8. I feel like I did a really good job. So let's move to November. Now, what I want to do here, I don't typically use this monthly because I have monthlies in my other planners, but what I've done in the past, and it helped me, is I blocked out days that I'm not around or that I have things planned. So like, this is when I'll be in Chicago, because when I'm looking at my ability to, I'm looking at what I'm putting on my list, part of that is what am I capable? Like, what do I have capacity for? So Chicago Planner Conference. This day is blocked off. These 2 days are blocked off. The 26th is blocked off. I'm referencing another planner. I'm not just like knowing exactly what these days are. And then I would say that Thanksgiving is also blocked off. This is the only weekend that we don't have plans. I've become a we person. I'm saying we because a lot of my plans for the month of November are with James. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a third of the month. This took me a minute, but look how much it just taught me. For a third of the month, I won't have as much time to dedicate to my goals. And that's a lot, but it doesn't mean that I can't get things done. So I'm going to push away the stress that that just put on me, and we are going to set some goals. Now you'll see that I put some sticky notes in here, and that was because as October was going on, I started thinking of other things that I wanted to do goal wise or to-do list wise. And I was like, this isn't going to happen in October, but this can happen in November. I also want to apologize for the lighting that you're seeing a little bit. I hope it's not annoying, but I have like 2 sets of really thick curtains, but the sun is just strong right now. So the sticky notes are really helpful as you start to think of more things, but you're not quite ready to write in your planner. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do was pull out the Healthy Habits Tracker stickers by Kell of a Plan. This actually just released this morning, but I will link it below. And what I really liked about this is the ability to put some of these stickers right into my planner. So one of the things that I've been doing, I don't know what made me decide this. This is a little bit big for this. Wonder if I can trim this. I was looking at my skin recently. And actually, I wonder if I can just like take this top part off. I want to make it fit better. I was looking at my skin recently, and I'm 37, and while that's still young, there's more that I could be doing for skincare than I am. My skincare routine, if you even call it that, is take off my makeup and put on moisturizer. And I don't even wear makeup most days unless I'm going, like, unless I have actual plans. And so on those days, it's just like, you know, wipe my face off and put on moisturizer. It's not even a routine. So I decided that it's time to start taking care of my skin. And I did a little bit of research, and I'm using some basic products right now as a starter, but I want to be able to track this throughout the month. Okay, let's see what I think about that. Let's see if it fits first. All right, I think we're gonna take off the skincare tracker part, or we can put it near it. Maybe we can put it above it like that. I'm not really doing a great job at this, but we're gonna make it work. Okay. And then my thought is to use my MakseLife and mark it off each day that I'm working out, that I'm doing my skincare routine. Another goal that I have is, I don't know if this is going to be anything I can use, but sleep tracker. So I'm kind of going to change the way I'm using this versus how much sleep I got. And instead, we're going to label it something different, but I am going to use the sleep mask. I actually do use a sleep mask. I like falling asleep to the TV. It's the only thing that like distracts my brain from everything I'm thinking about. So, but it's too bright. So I sleep with a sleep mask. Okay, and what we are doing here is, actually, I want to move this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move it on this paper. I've never really put stickers down on this. Can we do it? Come on. It's just a tiny bit there. Come on. Oof, nope, nope, okay. I know I could have used undo there. I don't want to though. All right. What we're doing here is phone down at 9:30 at night on weekdays, not weekends. The reason I wanted to shift it over was because I wanted more space for anything else that I think of, but I still have more space here. Oops. Now I have less. Okay. There we go. Now, where fun and recreation is hard this month is, as we were talking about my October goals, a lot of them, 4 of them, were making plans. And now those plans happened. This is also a plan. I think I said that. But it's tough because all of my weekends are full in November. So I don't even know what I could do for fun and recreation because my weekends are all full. And I'm even thinking like, okay, James is in a kickball league and he has kickball on Thursdays. But a lot of my Thursdays are full as well because I tend to make plans with other people when he's not around. So I actually don't know if I can set a fun goal right now. I can't even think of what it may be except like enjoy the plans that have been made. Maybe we'll do something like that. We'll use the marker side of this. Enjoy this season. And for me, that means like the plans that have also been made. For work and learning, this is Plan with Elise. We're going to put 3, 4, 5 here. Oh, I forgot something I wanted to talk about because I opened my November calendar and lost where I was on the page. Okay, so what I want to look at when I'm setting my November goals is my Q4 goals. So fun, we have travel. That's going to happen because of the trip that was planned. I set up these, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I set up these goals for Q4 and I use this as a reference to set up my monthly goals. I use my monthly goals as a reference to set up my weekly goals, and I set up my weekly goals as a reference for my daily plans. It sounds like a lot. It's not a lot. It's just being intentional, back to my word of the year, about where I want things in my life to be. So I'm going to keep this kind of to the side here so that I can reference it. Oh, you know what we can do? We can choose a 2025 word of the year. You do not have to choose your word of the year in November. I'm pretty sure I already know what my word of the year is, so I think I just want to like confirm it, but I thought of it a month or two ago and it hasn't wavered. So that's something I can put there. But for work and learning, we are in all caps launching my book. And I have it here to show you. Whoops. All the videos that I've been talking about my book, I have not had my book to show you. And we've got it here. Look, it's a book and it has my name on it and there's pages. This is the Cash Stash Activity Book, 75 Fun Money Savings Challenges from $50 to $10,000. This book is 8.5 by 11 and it is an activity book. So in addition to budgeting information and charts and all that jazz, we have challenges. These are all savings challenges. And one of the coolest things about this is that the pages are perforated and single-sided. There is a design on the other side. But the idea is once you choose a challenge, you can pull this out, you can pop it in your planner, you can put it up on your fridge, and there's fun, different games and challenges, 75 different ones. So for example, the goal here is $500. You will write down what you're saving for and write down what your deadline is for that. And you will color in a game piece each time you save $10 for a grand total of $500. So that's just a little bit, but there are 75 different ones and we've got my picture in there. It's my book. I'm so excited. It just came this week and I can't wait. And so work and learning, we are launching the book. I will link it below. It is going to be available at Target, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Amazon, everywhere books are sold, and pre-orders are open now, but it will come out on November 26th. Yay! Okay. Finish planning. I guess this is fun. This might not be work, but launch party. Like I said, I'm having a book launch party. Oh, just got like out of breath. So excited. CPC table made gifts. I have purchased the things that I'm bringing to Chicago Planner Conference for table made gifts, but I need to put them all together. So that is a goal. And then what else was on Plan with Elise? Revenue goal. I have a revenue goal for the year. I think I'm going to hit it in November. I hit it in November last year. It was Thanksgiving weekend. And I'd like to see if I can do that again. Let's write Thanksgiving weekend. And you can help me get there by using my links to purchase. Maybe we'll get there. We'll see. My other goals were audit partnerships, more lifestyle, learn software. That's on hold. Learning software is on hold. So I think we're going to just do one lifestyle per week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we'll see. I also, again, have to remember how busy November is going to be. Okay, family and relationships. My quarterly goals are to celebrate the holidays with my family, see my dad's side of the family, and spend time with Mason and Scarlett. I don't know if I'm going to see my dad's family in November besides my book launch party if they're able to come. But we can do celebrate Thanksgiving with both families. And then let me write day with Mason and Scarlett. What I'd like to do is maybe like Black Friday, take them to do something fun like Dave and Buster's or something like that, and try to squeeze that in. But again, November's really busy, and those are mostly plans with like friends and not as much with family. So we'll see. And then let me just put this in here, date night. I think that sometimes our social calendar is so busy that we need to be intentional about spending time, just the two of us together. And so I want to make sure that we're focusing on date nights. Okay, health and wellness. The focus here is still going to be maintain weight. I had mentioned in October that my October goal was to maintain the few pounds that I had lost from having COVID in September. And that in November and December, my goal would be to lose weight. Right now, we're still in the maintenance mode because I've been pretty good about eating healthy. I'd say I'm eating healthy like 70% of the time. And I'm working my butt off exercising. And I'm still up and down a couple of pounds each day. So we're going to stick with maintenance right now. And maybe that'll inspire me to eat healthier more than 70% of the time. However, we've got a lot of Thanksgiving food coming up. And another thing that I'm trying to do is be mindful of what I'm drinking. So over the summer, I was really into Fisher Island lemonades, which is like a whiskey lemonade combination. And they're really, really good, but they're very sugary. And so I'm trying to be more mindful about when I go out, if I have an adult beverage, what it is. Now that it's colder out again, I can drink red wine, which is my favorite and my go-to. It's just that over the summer, I wanted things like margarita and the lemonade and like the hard, iced teas and things like that. But a lot of times it feels like wasted calories. So I'm not calorie counting, but it is something I can be more mindful of. Now, because I am going to reach 100 miles on my Peloton this month, which I'm so excited about. I think I've only done that once before. I really want to do it again next month. And what we're going to do, I think, is take the sneaker sticker maybe for the exercise days. And I'm just going to, I think, cover 31 because November has 30 days. I already know that I'm not going to be working out on the 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th because I will be in Chicago. So I think I'm going to block those off too. So my goal can't be 30 workouts. Let's say 26. I blocked off the 7 instead of the. Okay. Well, there's a lot of stickers in this sticker book. So we're just going to cover that up and do it again. I'm not even going to try to pull it off. We're just going to do it this way. All right, let me pay attention to what I'm doing. 31. And then 8, 9, 10, 11. Just going to draw that so that I see where I need to block off. And I think that blocking it off helps visually for me because I'm not going to see the empty slots and be like, why didn't I work out? And it kind of adds a little design to the sneaker, so I like that too. So our goal is going to be 100 miles. I have less days to do it, but I want to do it. So we're going to do 100 miles. Okay. Spiritual and personal growth. My goal in Q4 is to read 15 books. I am 5 down, so we are going to try to get 5. Focus or goal is read 5 books. Does my own count? All right. We're getting there. Oh, I wanted to decide on my 2025 lineup. I think I know what it is, but that's just in my brain and it hasn't really been put down on paper yet. Okay, for financial. Where's my green marker? I have a couple of things that I had jotted down on a sticky note, and those are October spending, so backtracking that in my QuickBooks. And set a CPC budget. Chicago Planner Conference has a vendor marketplace and a lot of brands, and it's like being in, I was going to say being in Michael's, but all of your favorite brands are in one place. It can be really tempting to overspend. So I need to set a budget there. And that budget is going to primarily focus towards small shops. There are some big shops that are going to be there. However, small shops are struggling. Shop small this holiday season. One of my goals is to only buy from small shops for all of the holiday gifts that I'm buying this year. And I'd consider MakseLife a small, it's a small business, right? Talking about small businesses, not necessarily like Amazon and Walmart and Target, even though they'll have my book, but I'm talking about more small businesses and, not wanting them to go away. So we're going to set a Chicago Planner Conference budget. And then there was one other thing that I thought of as I was just talking. I feel like it was focused on this side of the page, but I don't remember now what it was, which is a little frustrating. It'll come to me. So map big savings goal. I have a big savings goal for 2025. It's not going to be for the whole year. It's going to be for about half of the year. And I want to map that out and really come up with a very dedicated game plan towards that goal. Then that's just what I had written down. So I'm going to do vacation prep budget. The trip that James and I booked is an all-inclusive, so we don't have to pay for anything besides booking the trip. However, there's probably some things I'm going to want to buy, getting ready for the trip and preparing for it. So I am going to set a budget for that for myself. And then I think that We're going to leave one open. I really feel like sometimes I overplan these and I stress out because I don't have any room, but we're going to leave some room open for financial focus. I do believe that in November, I should finish my big savings goals of the year, which is my extra mortgage payments and my retirement contributions. But I do want to leave some room. Okay. Physical environment, because we've been here a while and I'm actually running out of time before my lunch break ends for my workday. I think that when it comes to my home, especially my office, one of the biggest challenges is I write down office reset, but there's so many areas of my office. I have 2 desks. I have a bookshelf, a massive bookshelf. I have a closet. I have a craft cart. That's a lot of areas. So what I had thought I would do is write down bookshelf reset. Because with my bookshelf, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves with stuff on them that need to be organized. And I can do one of those a week. I can do the whole bookshelf in 1 week if I do one part each day. Again, breaking it down smaller and smaller. We're going to write office, closet, reset. The finished doors is going back on here. And other things is I'd really like to choose a dining room light fixture. I've had the like default, like, I don't know, I call it a boob light, but like dining room light fixture. I've had the default one since I moved in because I knew that my dining room table wasn't permanent. I wanted something more grown up that would seat 6. And now that I have it, I'm ready to start looking at a dining room light fixture. Probably didn't need lighting. Light would have been fine. And then I'm going to write buffet organizing. I have a buffet in my kitchen that has just become a catch-all and it's making me a little crazy. So I want to get that organized. And then again, we're going to leave. Oh, no, there's something else I have to do. Outdoor furniture. I have outdoor couches and I want to bring the cushions into my garage. Yeah, I'd actually like to get that done this weekend. I don't know if I'll be able to, but maybe that'll be done before November starts. Okay, this was kind of a long video. There's a lot of information, but I hope that you found it helpful. When I talk about my goals, I really try to talk very thoroughly about them with you because I want you to see the way that I'm kind of setting up my life and my plans and how I get things done. And a lot of that is by being intentional about them. My word of the year. So I hope that you found this helpful. I hope you found the comparison of the companion notebooks versus the flagship planner helpful. The healthy habits stickers, I'm going to link in the description of the video also in case you are interested. And if you haven't already, don't forget to pre-order my book. I am going to do another video sharing a more thorough flip and explanation of this book. I just have to figure out when it's going to go live on my channel. So that is a wrap. Thank you so much for listening to me, hanging out with me, for your support, for when you use my links, all that jazz. I think that's a wrap, and I'll see you next time.